Oh, guess we restart the video before we go live, but okay, here we go. It's internet. Welcome to the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. We talk wrestling. For stories and headlines you won't see pushed anywhere else in the wrestling media, then We Talk Wrestling is your go-to spot. Looking to see what independent shows are happening around your region? Then We Talk Wrestling has you covered. Come join the fun on Facebook's #1 community for professional wrestling. And Outside the Ring STL, join Shaft and General Vader along with others who share their love for professional wrestling as they talk about the recent shows from the major wrestling companies, all independent promotions from around the St. Louis area, and even talk about great moments in St. Louis professional wrestling history. Find them on Facebook at Outside the Ring STL. Get ready for episode number 75 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast as we welcome a newly formed tag team tearing up the Mid-South featuring two in-ring veterans, Danny Ice and AJ Ravin, the Iced Out Outlaws. We thank all of you joining us for tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Before we get underway, we pay honor, tribute, and respect to the greatest nation in the world as we play our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for that ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the
It's Sunday night, and you know what that means. It's a big party up in this place. Hey, everybody. It is episode number 75 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, and we welcome you. I am Rough Cut Rick Gribby here on my left to the screen. To the right, of course, the gem sending mouth Zmiz. Off of a very eventful weekend, I should say, for you, man. We'll get into that here in a minute here, but how's it been going for you?
I'm tired.
You're tired. You've done too much. You're way too tired.
Yeah, you know how it is, man. Promoting, trying to push the event, and then things happen, situations, but it was fun. It was a good time, and like you said, we'll get deeper into that later. But I'm I'm happy to be sitting down.
I bet you are. I mean, if I had to move around a lot and try to help promote and everything else, yeah, I'd be pretty exhausted myself. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get right into this here, and we've got a lot to cover. And when our guests are waiting on time this week, and because I think last week was a little bit of my fault here, and everybody was like twiddling thumbs, wondering if we're going to have a guest or not. And we did, but just later than usual. So it was kind of
miscommunication.
Bad. Yep. And they thought that we were going to have a guest, but nope, I got him. So here's what I'm going to start off here tonight is, and as soon as we have something here, we'll let you know. But this week I have a wrestling's gold meme, and the power just flickered here. I guess no one wants me to do this wrestling's gold meme or not. The power just literally flickered here on my freaking studio, or my screen did anyway. But oh my gosh, such gold here that we've got to show everybody.
And, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because you posted this earlier in the week, man. Take a look at this. I mean, look at this right here. Oh my god. He is the update critic on Twitter, but look at this. I mean, I guess this is basically CM Punk playing the role of death, killing every opportunity he's gotten here in the business, and now he's knocking on Impact's door. I mean, he had that opportunity 20 years ago, but
he was there. Yeah,
he was there for it. But I know, and you sent me something here.
This one, I think this one's the best.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get the picture on here, but you tagged me, and it's another meme that says, with CM Punk, so you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And of course, hero. I mean, it's Mr. Punk is well, hey, it's what it is, what it is. But hey,
I still like him.
Yeah. Justin, thanks for watching in Kentucky. Yes, we're getting across the Midwest. Yes, Spread the word. Spread the word. Make sure you are liking and subscribing to Falls Count everywhere on Facebook and YouTube. So good stuff, guys. And trust me, we're covering all different bases. We want to get around the Midwest and even beyond, because we've got a lot of good independent workers that are out there working and putting butts in the seats and giving people their money's worth. So,
dude, speaking of that, this weekend, I want to give a big shout out to Shylin and Tiberius Storm. Those two that nice lady. I'll get it right. I've been in the locker all weekend.
Dude, what?
No, and Tiberius, great character. Like, that kid's gonna be something fun to watch in this Midwest area. That he's out of Kansas City, and she is herself. So look out for those two. Yeah, they were fun. They were fun to watch.
Nice, excellent. So speaking of with shows around the area, let's go ahead and get right into it, and then we're going to go ahead and reveal our little side counter topic here. But shows this coming Saturday, October 29th, for IWA Productions in Mount Vernon, Illinois. It's Wrestling for a Cause for Breast Cancer Awareness at 521 Perkins Street in Mount Vernon. Floor seats 10, bleachers 5. There's a kids costume contest, and of course the silent auction. Make sure you're visiting IWA Productions on Facebook, and of course there will be tickets at the door for this one, guys. So go ahead and go off for that. Next Sunday is for Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance. Ring of Screams is their pay-per-view to attend. And it's at 127 West MacArthur, and that's where they are at every Sunday. But next Sunday is their special pay-per-view. They're having a trunk or treat for the kids starting at 1:30. The doors open at 3 and bell time at 3:30. Visit Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance on Facebook for more information. And MBW Suplexing for Toys on November 5th.
Still love that name.
Yeah, that's a great name for a drive, right? Yeah. It's like power bombing for something else. Who
Oh,
knows?
that's great. Oh, whoa.
Whoa. So doors open at 6, bell times to 7. Admission is bring an unopened toy or new clothes for a person and $2. That's your admission. And then so look for New Breed, Facebook.com/New Breed Mo for more information on their upcoming events. And of course, against all odds, IEW back at it again in Granite City, which is
Back to that smelly town.
yeah. Well, I know you're not going to be there, so it's okay. Uh, but tickets $10 at the door, 12. Kids $5, 5 and under free. Illinois Elite Wrestling.ticketlete.com for more information on that big show coming back to Granite City. Here's a new one that I just got released.
Wow.
The 23-year anniversary of WLW, World League Wrestling, and guess the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Trevor Murdoch will be in action against the man who just recently lost the WL title, Moses. And
that'd be a fun match.
that will all be a great fun match. Whether the NWA title is on the line or not is not official. I would have to say it's non-title, but a great exhibition either way. So I'll make sure you're visiting HarleyRace.com for more information on tickets and where you can get that. And that is bell times at 7 p.m. on Saturday, November 5th. And November 12th, of course, is Watson, Illinois for New Genesis Wrestling at the Watson Civic Center. And, of course, tickets for that, 15 and up are $10. Kids are $5 and under are free. Visit newgenesiswrestling.com for more information. Doors open at 6:30 and bell time at 7 for that one. And just recently, handed hot off the press to me here roughly about 10 minutes ago. It just now announced SICW will return to the East Crown Community Center. A lot of gold involved here. The main event is for the Classic Heavyweight Champion, the Classic Championship. Defending champion Attila Khan will face the Bruiser Brody Memorial Cup winner and current Central States Heavyweight Champion Bobby D. So Bobby could be walking out with all the gold that night. It's very possible. And then, of course, Sean Vincent and the intern will get a tag team title shot against Big Texan and Gary Jackson.
Come on, Sean Vincent. Yes.
And, of course, the following night, if you have your tickets up for this show, you will be able to attend the free TV taping for those who paid for the night before. More information, just visit sicw.org or call 618-286-4848. And so with that, I think we are good on those for now. But let's kind of talk a little bit briefly about last night with IEW, brother. A little bit of history in the area with the new IEW heavyweight champion, and your boy did it.
Yes, yes, he did. Sid took it home. I've been crapping on Doug for a while, but he became new commissioner of IEW.
Yeah,
and he tried to screw Sid every chance he got. So I was like torn. I was like happy that Doug's back to his old self, and then I'm like, that's my boy. But he did come out victorious with the gold, and he's now your new Illinois Elite Wrestling champion.
Yeah, and he said something about going through 2 doors. What type of match was that when there was doors involved?
It started as a match. Then Doug came out and goes, "Oh, no count out." All right. And then they're brawling outside, and then weapons then start getting involved. And a chair hits Sid, and then the rest like, no, done. And then Doug's like, no DQ. And then doors came out, man. It was doors and mores.
Yeah, and the main thing I really wanted to try to get down there for, and I don't, like I said, I didn't get a chance to, but the Dead Man's Party match. I want to know your take on that. How is the Dead Man's Party for you?
Well, it actually did not take place.
Why not?
We unfortunately had some guys that had to back out, take care of family functions and stuff. So, things happen in the business. It's all understandable. And, not enough guys.
Yeah, well, that sucks. That really sucks. I'm
I
glad
was
I
ready
didn't.
for the concept.
Yeah, maybe it just had to wait another year. I guess I don't know. I mean, a
Try
dead
round
man's
two.
part. Yeah, I mean, a dead man's party match is awesome, man. It's so I don't know. I don't know. I wish there was a way that match could have happened because it would have been nice. Because me being part of a dead man's party match is, I mean, I guess that's why they had to use those doors for something. I guess you know.
That is correct.
It's like, hey, Sid's like, hey, there's these
But
doors. Napier.
but it was a fun night. Like everybody went home happy. We did what we needed to do. Uh, I got screwed over in a Halloween costume competition. Screwed over. Totally. That child shouldn't have won. It was me. I was a minion. I was Kevin.
You're complaining about a kid winning a costume.
Yeah, they need to learn the hard way. They need to be in the back of the line. Like I looked good. But we had 3 great winners.
What the
First,
hell am I
second,
gonna do
third.
with
You
you,
know, but
dude?
we all
Come on,
know
man.
Zmiz was the champion. I was walking out there.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. That's crazy, dude. All right, getting sour over a kid winning a costume contest. Good lord. It's always fun judging those because it's like, yeah, if they're really good. Well, uh, so I guess that's that, man. I mean, we've got some good action upcoming. I guess, I mean, October's running out pretty good, and we've got a lot happening here to close out. Hey, guys, also just out of curiosity, if you want to throw in the chat. Oh, by the way, I have to do this every
Do it
week.
every week.
I
I'm
have
pretty
to
sure
do
it's
it
Keith.
every freaking week.
Well, no, see, I'm confused because like Keith's up there. Is it Keith down there?
Here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Now everything's moving around on me. I should have rebooted my system. Was what I should have done. Now I'm being stupid. Here we go. Where is it? Where is that? I know it's in here. There we go. Here we go. If you're not viewing on the Falls Count Everywhere Facebook page and you want to comment and you're seeing your name as Facebook user, you have to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, grant permission to use your name. Most ridiculous and stupid thing I've ever known, but as it's on our page, you can't comment and use your name. So it's
We still love you though.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. It's more tedious BS that shouldn't have to be there. That's all I'm just saying. It's really stupid. It's all I'm gonna say.
Validation.
Yeah, I dealt with some stupid things today, and that's I don't want to deal with another. But hey, it's what it is. StreamYard.com/Facebook. We love you all, but StreamYard's being a whatever. Fill in the blank. I don't care. Put in your own words. All right.
Hey, one thing about last night too. I
Yeah.
just want to say this. Shrapnel stole a victory from my good friend Iceman and became the #1 contender for the Midwest World title for Illinois Elite Wrestling.
Oh, so he's #1 contender for Midwest Championship?
Yep. But he stole it. Remember, he stole it. And I know a thief when I see him. And shrapnel in his chicken fingers, he's a stealer.
You only steal bubble gum, and it's only stolen if you chew it. You can always give it back. I'm just saying. It's silly. I've done it before. Trust me.
You stole somebody's bubble gum? What a jerk.
Yeah.
And they gave it back. That's weird.
That was Bazooka, I found out, so it was no good. Bazooka sucks. But
whoa, shots fired.
are we doing that? We're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that. Here we go. Oh my gosh.
That's the best 3 seconds of bubblegum I've ever had in my life.
Wow. Better than Fruit Stripe? We're not going to get into that Fruit Stripe. Fruit Stripe or Chiclets, man. That's another conversation for another day. That's horrible.
Back to wrestling.
Hey, it's great if you want to put up posters on your wall without taking off any paint. So I mean, you want to
True.
Just saying. Oh shoot. So hey, why don't we get the show on the road? Because I've actually got to add 2 streams, and I'm going to change our banner here because
What?
our background's going to look redunculous if I don't do it. So let's do that. Can we change this back? Thank you.
The brick wall.
Yeah, the brick wall. Might as well. My logo's up at the top. It'll be seen, whatever. So, all right. So, hey, our guest for this evening comes to us from the Mid-South section in the state of Tennessee with over 45 years experience. Longtime rivals, now recently teamed up to gain success in a tag team division. And, of course, looking to see what else they can accomplish in the world of professional wrestling. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Danny Ice and AJ Ravin. They are the Iced Out Outlaws. Everybody, give a round of applause if I can find it. Yay! All right. I think I can add him. I think I can add him.
Oh, boom.
Oh, and of course, yes, Lindsay Wild is with Danny Ice here tonight. So
that would be Trailer Park Sable, remember?
all right,
Very
Trailer
good.
Park Table, everybody. Yes. And apparently from the red light district from looking at your lights in the background.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're getting ready for
First off,
after
I wanna thank you
podcast
guys
hours.
for having us here. You know,
Yeah. AJ, it's good seeing you, man. I never really seen AJ before until now, but because and the few times I've been out in Tennessee, we've missed paths, whatever the case may be. But I'm sure they'll probably cross at one point before our days are done, if you know what I mean. So, Danny, you've been pretty busy lately, but how you feeling and holding up, man?
Man, you just asked the wrong question. How am I feeling?
yeah.
Is
From
that like
the-
an open-ended question that can go?
From the crown of my head to the very soles of my feet, I have felt it since about this time last night. I am really sore.
Oh my God, yeah. And knowing the type of match that you had, you have every right to be sore with that. So let's just kind of take a look here real quick, and we'll get into to that. But apparently, this is what happened last night, and that is actually a brand new. So they are down at Swag Wrestling as the new Swag Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They've been battling and going for those titles, and they just got them last night. So congratulations to the Iced Out Outlaws for gaining some gold. So
Thank you. Thank
all
you.
right.
Appreciate it.
And-
Yeah.
I'm sorry, AJ. Go ahead, brother. I've actually got something to pull up here. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah. It's just coincidental, like Danny said, from our head to our toes. I mean, the last time I feel like I got my ass beat that bad is when my stepdaddy did it 20 years ago. You know, I mean,
Shots fired.
Park had it out, but in the end, you see who walked away with the tag straps, so, and here live right now in front of Danny, Lindsay, and everybody, I said it earlier today to her, but now I can actually say it to her face, is I want to thank her for coming to me when she did and get us together like she did, so.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes a certain glue to get things together and to make things work. And I'm a big believer in that. And that's for certain. So
Well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
right.
Story of my best friend and I's relationship.
Yes, sir.
Partner in
Right.
a relationship.
Good. Goodness gracious. So let's go ahead here. Oh, we've got some viewers here. We've got some really. Oh, here we go. Apparently, Mr. Crusher Koloff decides to chime in saying that they cheat. So, all right, here's the question here: how do you cheat in a match that's no disqualification?
Oh, boom.
I'm just asking. Just asking for a friend that apparently doesn't
Listen.
care anyway. But
Ruby, it's just Crusher being a damn crybaby because his boys couldn't back up all the talk.
That's
That-
right.
oh my,
Down to at the end of the day, they talk and talk and talk and talk, but they found out last night, unless you can walk the walk, it's best you keep your damn mouth shut.
right.
Very true.
There you go.
I mean, after all, it was
Look.
Wild that hit the X Factor on Anarchy and put him away for us last night. So
If you got extra weapons that no one thought that you had, then you might as well bring out that arsenal and let it fly.
well, your co-host there was talking about shots fired earlier. Here's a shot fired. Hey, Anarchy, you got beat by a girl.
Oh man.
That's not really.
Well, he didn't really get beat by a girl, but he got taken out by the girl.
Well, point being,
Right.
Yeah.
But she had some retribution to get to him, and we're like, you know what? If you get the chance, do it. We're not going to complain. We're not going to stop you.
Hey, if you're gonna take out a girl, you make sure you gotta have enough money for the end of the night.
Oh, what a terrible dad joke.
Dads wouldn't be telling that to their daughters. I'm telling that right now. I'm just saying. So we're gonna go ahead and start off tonight because we've got questions from back and forth. Maybe even we target for one guy. Maybe if others, if the other guys got any type of feedback, or anybody else for that matter, throw it in. This is we're all a big group here, and we're all here to have a whole bunch of fun and inform everybody else here. We got guests from the state of Tennessee, tonight. We're expanding our horizons. We're expanding our different areas of, just going around. We're looking up at different areas in the Midwest too. So, but tonight we're in the Mid-South. And so my first question tonight is by me, and it's going to be directed at AJ here. So AJ, Danny's been on the show a couple years back, but now we kind of know of his history. If you go back and look at our archives, you'll be able to hear it.
Right.
But AJ, I want to know how did your interest in professional wrestling start? Who were your favorite wrestlers to watch? And tell us the story of how you got your chance to get into the wrestling business.
Well, a lot of it started in high school. I was on the high school wrestling team down in Texas, as a matter of fact. And I started going through some problems and everything, and I had lost my best friend, and wrestling was always a big thing to me. He'd go every Saturday night down to Dallas and watch wrestling. And I grew up watching the Von Erichs and Steve Austin and all of them. And I'm like, you know what? This really piques my interest. So I just kept getting involved. And finally I decided, I want to train. I want to become a professional wrestler. And I started getting in there, with all the guys in the back and started my training. Most of my favorite wrestlers really are no longer here, rest their souls. Scott Hall, for one.
Right.
Randy Savage, Roddy Piper. The list is just on and on, man. Neidhart was for a big guy. I'm not a big guy, but I love watching him in there. British Bulldog, but deep down, my number one favorite would have been Kerry.
Women who?
Kerry Von Erich.
Oh, Kerry. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because you're down in Texas, of course. I thought so. I didn't want to mishear that, but yeah, of course, Kerry, and he was gone way too soon as well. Yeah. So, yeah, and that was Steve. That was a Steve Williams that was down.
Well,
there.
Yeah, Steve Williams.
Which I think he ended up turning. Well, when it was in USW, I think he actually turned to.
Yes,
he did go with Austin before
Right.
he left.
Yeah.
But when you got in, who exactly trained you whenever you got started?
I actually started with the Von Erichs, and then I moved up here, and I started going with a guy named Showtime that finished my training.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome stuff. So, let's see.
My turn?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, when I'm looking at it. Yeah.
So Danny, back about 2014, you did decide to do the walk that all wrestlers dread. That comes to a point, right? You decide to retire, and then about a year ago, you come back and decide to get the boots back on, strap them back up. What was the thought process behind that, and what were you wanting to accomplish coming back?
Well, to be honest, the entire thought process behind it, the wife and I had talked about it for a couple years. It was talked about and discussed on different levels, and I had a few guys contacting me like, "Hey, we need you, man. Why don't you come back? We need your mind. We need your knowledge. We need that." And I just basically, made a decision. I went and I had actually talked to Brimstone, David Pruitt, that runs Swag Wrestling. And I told him it was time, and my whole reasoning right now is not to put myself over in any way. It's to help the younger guys, to bring them up. That's my whole thing. Getting back in is to work with the younger talent, help to mold them for the future, because I know, my bump clock is very low right now. That meter is, it's the body can only take so many bumps. And I want to use those bumps to help the younger guys.
Well, from one of those younger guys, Ruby is my mentor. But that's awesome, bro. That is, yeah, giggle all you want there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I try to do what I can behind the mic. I mean, I think he kind of outshone me on half these nights anyway. So either messing something up, or I'm tiring myself.
Plus, I want to help Trailer Park Sable here. Break her out.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Hey, and I also want to throw this up for guys. For everybody here, our phone line is open at 314-384-4400. That is our call-in line. Patch through if you got a question for our guest, or if or any type of comment that you have. Throw it up here once again. 314-384-4400. That is our line. That is our line, and we're all business with that number, and that means in every aspect. So let's be professional. Let's be fun. If you're anything other than that, you'll get cut worse than someone trying to cheat out for food stamps or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. So
Pick a the door open.
So this question is actually for both of you guys, and I'll let AJ first, and then Danny answer after that. But before you guys actually started teaming up, you guys were actually bitter rivals at one for a good while. You guys had some pretty awesome battles between each other. But when you guys did battle each other, what match do you feel was your best one, and why?
Well, that's true. I mean, Danny and I have been bumping heads periodically for about 18 years back and forth in different promotions. Most recently here at Swag for the last almost 9 years, and then he stepped away. But I would say my most memorable match was our most recent one. Back in April, we had a Falls Count Anywhere, Anything Goes match. I mean, we beat the bloody piss out of each other. And from that night on, whatever, respect we had for one another just grew stronger, and that's what it was. And I told him, I've always had respect for you, but that right there, what we did tonight, dude, I've got the utmost respect for you, so.
So, Danny, what about you, man?
April 23rd.
Oh.
April 23rd, that match. We put each other through hell that night. And I even told Brimstone after the match, we got to the back and I was cleaning up all the blood, and I looked at Brimstone and I said, that's the most fun I had, even comparing to the last 5 years before I took the time off.
Wow.
I had more fun that night than I had in my last several active years. That match was top notch. I would put that match main event anywhere. And I want to say right now publicly, because I haven't gotten a chance to say that, because, we stick with storylines and we do our stuff, and I just want to say, AJ, thank you for that night. That night meant a lot to me. It showed this old guy that he still got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to thank you too. I mean, that was the most relaxing fun I've had in about 3 years. So
there, you, there you go. Man, I'll tell you. I don't really get to. I don't really get an opportunity to do all these, type of hardcore matches or anything that involves like weapons or anything else of that nature. But if you do look at our videos that we posted here on the False Count Everywhere Facebook page, you will find where me and Danny had gone at it. Or about God, can you believe the match was like 12 years ago?
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
At the
Yeah.
seven night where Rick Ruby came off the top like a 747.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Oh man, yeah, you gotta watch that. Yeah, that's
Jumbo
I'm
jet
gonna have
coming
to watch
through.
that one.
oh yeah. My ribs are like released hurt for like 2 days because it went on. I went. Let's say we tried to set up plywood, it didn't work and it didn't break, and I don't know if that probably could have been a godsend too. I don't know, but nothing really slowed down my impact coming down. Nothing at all. You know what I mean? I'd smack the concrete like nobody's business. But yeah,
Well,
I,
luckily that was right at the finish, and all I had to do from there was roll over on you barely, because before that, you I'm not gonna lie, you kicked my ass for a good while that night. We had some fun.
oh god, yeah, we did. And trust me, after I hit that, I wasn't going anywhere for a good while. It took me about 10 minutes for real to get up. I think.
It did.
I had one of those moments last night.
I was wondering where you was at last night. I was like, somebody get AJ. Where the hell is AJ?
Man, I took a blow to the nose, and man, I could not breathe, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, so AJ, you're hanging out with Marty McFly and Doc. You're about to go back to the future here. Talk to young AJ. What kind of advice are you going to give young AJ in the past to what you've known now within the business?
Get your head out of your ass. Straight up.
Damn.
Straight up. No lie. I mean, dude, I was greener than brand new baby shit. I'm telling you. And I thought I was big shit, and I learned the hard way. And if I can tell anybody, dude, no, humble yourself, take in every little bit. Me, when I was growing up, I wished I would have listened a little sooner, because I would sit there, I'd go out, and then I'd be, bragging or, blah, blah, blah. Or if I messed up, constructive criticism from people, I didn't take it as criticism, so I'd get an attitude and, flip off the handle. And let's just say I learned the very hard way, and I'm like, if I had to go back, I'd just sit back, shut up, and listen, and learn from my mistakes.
That's great advice. Like, I enjoy sitting back. Like, my favorite thing about now being part of the business and stuff and being backstage, whatnot, is just hearing the stories. So it's like my whole childhood is just like catching up to me now. Like, I'm hearing all these stories from guys growing and learning and how to be and all that. So great advice, my friend.
Thank you.
So my next question is for Danny here. Now, and of course, we were mentioning back, some time ago, but that was back in Renegade Pro Wrestling. That was in your first stint as active. With the experiences that you had, with just in a promotional locker room, as a wrestler now, and comparing to what you booked for a locker room during your first stint, when you're between now and then, what important values of the wrestling business would you teach the next generation of wrestlers today that may not seem to understand or grasp?
Your bump clock. I see so many young people bump after bump after bump after bump. They tend to think they've got to take 100 bumps in every match and hit every high spot in 8 minutes. Slow down, guys. Take your time.
Guilty.
Save
Do it.
your bumps.
Guilty.
Save your bumps. And not only that, Ruby, but also, and AJ kind of touched on it. The best thing I can tell them is sit down, shut up, and listen. There is so much to learn if you would just listen without an ego. Just sit down. Nobody's expecting you to know it all. And if you're not comfortable doing something that someone calls in a match, tell them you're not comfortable doing that. Because if you are not comfortable doing that, somebody's going to get hurt.
Amen.
Hey, you know what? We've actually do have a caller on the line. So you've got the Falls County War Podcast. Who's this?
It's Aaron.
Yes, my name is Shane Freeman. I'm actually calling out of Mumford, Tennessee.
Oh.
I have a question for both AJ and Danny. Besides working with each other at Swag, who else have y'all had a good favorite match against?
Wow. Danny, I'm gonna have to think back on that one for a minute. So if you want to go first, you're welcome to.
Besides each other, well, I must say, and I'm not saying it just because I'm on the show, but I'm going to say Rough Cut Rick Ruby. Superman Festival, somewhere around 2011, I'm thinking. The ring was crap that day. It was over 100 degrees outside. Yes, sir. So the canvas was like the inside of an oven. I was the RPW heavyweight champion at the time. The ring was falling apart. It was a rented ring. If you remember, Rough Gut, the one of the pieces of steel underneath had popped off and fell down, which caused another one to fall down. So we had to work around it. I actually watched that match with the wife the other night. That was a great match, and I really enjoyed that.
And not to mention that even before when the bell rang, we were squaring off and going around. I actually hit a board that did a teeter totter, like popped up. And I'm like, or and then I went a couple more steps, and I actually went through a.
Holy shit!
I was like kind of bowing the canvas. There was no plywood. There was only planks, and there was not enough planks to cover the bottom. So we're working.
Oh wow!
So yeah, we were in a death trap that day. We're like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to pick and choose my spots carefully, because I didn't walk away with a blown ACL or a twisted ankle, dude. I thank my lucky stars for that.
Oh yeah.
I've actually got two of them, but I'm gonna go with the most recent, other than Danny. Was in 2017 in February. It was actually AJ's farewell. I had to have neck surgery, so I had to take some time off. So it was my in-ring match until after my neck surgery, and it was against Brimstone, David Pruitt of Swag. We tore it up. We had a hardcore match, and going through light tubes and the table lit on fire. That was a first for me, but that's just one of those moments I'm never going to get. And, I want to thank, David and Swag for giving me that opportunity at that time and having to take I took about 9 months off, I think it was, or close to it. No, it was 10 months because I came back to Swag and actually had my first match back in Swag in December of was it 20? No, it was 2018. That match happened. I'm sorry. So it was February of 2018 that happened, and then I made my return back as wrestling in the ring in December. But during that time, David came to me and said, "Hey, I can still use you if you're interested." And so for the whole time I was not competing, I actually became the general manager of Swag, you know. So between that match and my return match and being the commissioner, that whole pretty much the whole year of 2018 was it, you know.
It was an accident. My phone was. It was an accident.
All right, Shane. Well, awesome, brother. Thanks a lot for calling
Great
in.
question.
Yeah, great question.
Thank y'all.
All right, man. Keep listening to the show, man. We appreciate your participation, man.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you. And before going any further, Danny, I was told by a legacy member of our podcast here who can't be here wanted me to tell you something.
I don't need no rocking chair now.
I don't need your rocking chair.
Mr. Q, let me address that really quick. I think
I've fallen
actually
and I can't get up.
April 23rd proved that I don't need no rocking chair.
Or even last night, man.
Right?
Last night had what was it? It was a kendo stick on a pole match.
Yeah.
And that's the reason.
Destroyed.
I'm asking myself, like, man, am I ever gonna get a clean promo of these guys without blooding themselves all the freaking time? It's like you can't get a promo when you're not freaking
well, now
you're not juicing.
We do.
We do.
I thought I sent you one. I guess I forgot. We got some.
Yeah, you keep sending me ones and you being busted open, man.
Red's just the new skin color, man.
You're
Right.
I'm American, man. You know that. I'm red.
Oh my gosh, but toughest baby skin on your forehead, man. You're gonna gig from a paper wide. Oh shoot. I think Z's got your next question.
Okay, I was confused if it was me next or not.
Yeah, it was.
With that great question, thank you, Shane, once again for the great question. But AJ, everyone has one. We all have a bucket list. Now, what is your bucket list of what's left for you in the business, and what was some of the great ones you've already accomplished?
Oh man, the bucket list. Well, there are a couple heavyweight titles I'd like to get my hands on. There's a few places I haven't been that I would love to get up and go and work some shows for. Pennsylvania, Jersey, Illinois. Last time I did a show in Illinois was like 2008, I think it was. So I'd like to go back up there. Ohio. But some of the great ones, I've gotten the Tennessee title for WCCW out here in Tennessee. Unfortunately, they're not running anymore. I've held the light heavyweight title for JWA. I've held the TV title for DCW. This is the second time that I've held the Swag Tag Team titles. But my biggest accomplishments have always been with Swag. The people there, the workers, they're all great. In the last 10 years, I've been at Swag for 9, so the last 10 years, best company I've ever worked for. Everybody, listens, works together, helps to motivate. And I haven't seen so much motivation in a locker room as I have at Swag, pushing each other, helping make each other better. So, and being a part of that accomplishment is, big for me.
Always a nice thing when everybody's gelling and they can push each other forward, right?
Absolutely. Now I'm looking at my itinerary here, Z, and I realized I posted one of my questions twice.
I saw that too.
But I just and I decided to pre-refer like, oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't pre-refer to. I was in a hurry getting everything together. That's when you get writer's block or cramp of the brain. But
Should you write Danny for the other one then?
Backwoods Billy must have been his proofreader.
right. No, but I've
had-
actually got a great question though on hand, and I was even thought about asking this, but I will ask both. First, I will ask Danny this, but in the years of experience I've been in there, we've seen things, as far as like how others conduct themselves in the locker room. Is if there's anything, whether you've seen during the show or in the locker room anywhere else, if you have one pet peeve in this business that really gets on your nerves and you wish that people would just flat out stop doing this one thing that gets on your nerves, what would that be?
Oh Lord, here we go.
This is gonna be shots fired right here.
What is
a can of worms?
is bang bang?
Oh yeah.
Well, one of my major pet peeves is when a veteran comes to the back after a kid screws up at a match and he starts going off on the kid instead of understanding that the kid's going to make. Don't go kicking locker room doors open, acting like a big crybaby, and then get called unprofessional and then claim you're not unprofessional after doing that. That's one of my big pet peeves, because that is very unprofessional when you act that way.
Yep.
Respect is a two-way street. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, respect is a 7-letter word, and if we wasn't trying to be somewhat PG, I'd tell you something else that has 7 letters.
Golf claps all around.
Oh my gosh. AJ,
but if you want to, but if you want one more, I can give you one more real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys who wear their belts around the locker room like there's some type of big shot. Dude, prop. It's prop. Grab it when you go out to associate with the fans or for pictures or this and that. Otherwise, put it in your bag. Nobody backstage cares that you're the champion.
Oh my gosh. AJ, you got anything to add on to that?
Dude, he pretty much summed it up. But but these young kids, like I said, when a vet comes up, and just tries giving them constructive criticism. Hey, you should have done this, or you shouldn't have done this, or tighten up on this. We're not being hard on you. We're trying to help you. We're trying to help you learn. And you want to get all pissed off and tell us to get out of your face and blah, 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 because you think you know it all. You're going to be like me 20 plus years ago, and you're just going to get that ass beat. That's all there is to it. You're going to come across the wrong vet. Danny and I had an episode not too long ago. Somebody had done something they shouldn't have done, and we're like, okay, well, we're not gonna hurt him, we're not gonna touch him, but we're gonna make him understand and realize. And he learned.
But it's our job also as vets to give them something to respect. And I have seen, like I touched base on, on my first pet peeve. We have to give them something to respect. We can't call ourselves vets and then go back there screaming at these kids.
Right.
Instead of using it as a teaching moment to teach them something, especially when the kid's apologetic,
Right.
and knows that he messed up. He already knows he screwed up. Why are you going to continue to beat him down with your words?
Right.
And that's I guess that's why me and AJ gel so well together, because we both see it that way.
Yeah.
Awful.
Well, yeah, I know. It's so I totally agree. It's sometimes people, tempers can get out of hand. I've seen it happen, and you know, I just try to stay away from it. I hope no. So
Walk away.
walk away, my friend.
Get your bag. Head to the next show.
That's right.
So Danny, a fun little like word or thing, like play on words or stuff. What would you sum your career up in a movie title or book title?
Crash and burn. Crash and burn.
Crash and burn. That's fair. It hasn't been that always, has it?
No. If I had to give it a title, a movie title or a book title, and I want to give mad props to Tony Flood here, because at the end of his post he puts what is it, just from the mind of an aging pro wrestler. I would just have to say the memoirs of an aging pro wrestler. And thank you, Tony Flood, for that one. Because Tony Flood is a hell of a talent, and he's been around for quite a while now. I remember when the kid had his first professional match, and Tony, if you're listening tonight, we need to hang out sometime. We need to get in the ring together again sometime soon.
Ooh.
Always good stuff, man. Always good stuff.
I actually like that title for a book. I'm not gonna lie. That's an excellent title for a book.
Yeah. Crash and burn, the Marty Jannetty story.
I know I keep wiping my forehead. I'm not.
Did you really just say that, Dave? Holy shit.
Dave, I missed that. What did you say?
Here we go.
He said Crash and Burn, a Marty Jannetty story.
Oh my God.
Played by Jeff Hardy.
Oh,
Sorry. Sorry, not
oh no.
Oh my
My bad.
God.
See that's
Oh.
bad, because I think, Dave, I think I told you the Marty Jannetty Denny story from
Don't do
Evansville.
it. All right, it would be a bad move.
Wait,
Moving the tables out of the middle of the dining room so he could do quarter rows in the middle of a Denny's.
Marty Jannetty's somebody's hero of it.
His stepdaughters.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
great.
Oh. What was that?
That was terrible, but awesome.
What was that quote of Rick James? Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Oh my gosh, you almost have to be doing that. Wow. Yeah, I've heard me so. Oh my gosh, well, that's insane. That is insane. Oh, hold on. Okay, I want to make sure my listener line was listening. Was acting up here. There it goes. Story of my life. AJ. So we kind of touched on, going back. If you had changed some things, so apparently there were some experiences here. So is there any light you can shadow those experiences that apparently have stuck in your mind that maybe be used it as a learning point to progress from there on further and to help you kind of stretch out your longevity in this business?
Oh, trust me, I learned my lesson. You know, it pretty much started, like I said. I mean, I was green as all get out, and I wouldn't say I wouldn't no sell somebody, but I wouldn't sell it like they thought I should have. So
You mean like Mike Bell with the skyscrapers, or
do what? No. No, but man, I mean, like one of the guys, him and I, we've had matches together, and we teamed up a couple times. He's no longer with us. Tim Robertson went by Big Tank. he would give me a clothesline, and I mean I was like a $140. He's 6'3", 390 pounds, and he clotheslined me, and I just like take a bump, and I'd get back up and go like hit me with another, and he'd hit me. Now, as big as he is, man, I should make it look like he killed me, And so, like 3 moves later, I felt like he killed me, And we go back to the back, and I mean, he reamed me, the Booker reamed me, and I never got to work there again. Well, can't say I never worked there again. It was about a 3-year span that I didn't get to. Like, you learned your lesson. Yes, I learned my lesson, and we went back out there, we worked, and so I just think, and I'll go back and I'll watch a lot of my matches and see where I mess up, or what could I have done better, and so I'm a real hard. I criticize myself a lot, and going back, and so I just let that sink in. And as a matter of fact, I believe it was Danny that told me this back in 2013, when we crossed paths again for the first time. I think it was like 4 years prior to that. He's like, dude, go back and watch some of your matches. He says, see what you can improve on, do this, do that. And so, like last night after our match, I'm on the ride home, and I've watched our match like 25 times. Over and over and over again. So it just embeds in me.
Yeah. Apparently, Crusher had something to say here about.
If it's coming from Crusher, it's never important.
The In-N-Out Burger Bandits have no sold me for years.
I really want an In-N-Out burger now.
Dude, I'm not going to California for an In-N-Out burger. That's ridiculous.
You ain't even got to go to California. You can go right there right outside Dallas, Texas, and get them.
Oh, yeah, that's right, too. Yeah.
Dude, I love In-N-Out. I grew up on them out in California till I moved to Texas and then moved up here. I'm like, man, we need In-N-Out. Forget these Whataburgers.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I just like burgers, so I guess I'm screwed.
So I just like food, so it's just something that's.
I just like beer.
Oh, I'm down with beer. Beer and a good burger, I'm in.
Jack and Coke, I'm great.
I just had a screwdriver. Does that count?
Jack.
Do it.
Forget the Coke. Just give me the Jack.
Right.
I got too much whiskey to account for, man. So, hey.
We come to that fun part of the game, that party segment, that enjoyment. Make them choose. Hit the wrong button.
Oh.
So this is for both of you, AJ and Danny. This is for both of you. I got a couple things I want to say. We're going to start out with wrestling, and then we might get into some other, more just run-of-the-mill fun things you might want to do outside of wrestling. So, Ric Flair, Harley Race.
Harley Race.
I'd have to go with Harley Race.
I can't choose, but good ones. 90s NWA, 80s WWF.
90s NWA, 80s WWF.
90s NWA.
I'd have to go 80s.
Wow. Okay. Eye for an eye, or turn the other cheek.
Depending on
Eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye.
Unanimous. Okay. AJ's like, no, you're right. More time or more money?
Time.
Facts. Living on a boat or living out of an RV?
Boat.
Boat.
Okay. I get seasick. Road trip with decent pay or local trip less money?
Road trip, decent pay.
Man, I can't choose. I really
have their advantages.
Exactly. Yep. What depending on how much time, you know, I have.
Wait a minute, how
I
much
need-
is the local PO?
I'm not telling you what my local PO is.
You'd be lucky to see a Lincoln. I don't know. Just
Right. That's why I said
You know,
road trip.
me,
needs
I've
to
always
pay.
been a firm believer of, support your local indies first. So I would
Damn
have to
straight.
go local.
Okay, and the last one, I don't know if I like. No, I want to change it. No, I'm not. It's gonna be hot dogs or cheese sandwich.
Cheese sandwich.
Cheese
What?
sandwich.
Wait. This is a real discussion. Like when Ruby put that one, I'm like, that one's dumb. I'm gonna change that one. And you guys are both like cheese sandwich. What the fuck?
Dude, after 25 years of look, after 10 plus years of here's $5 and a hot dog, nah, man.
I mean, a grilled cheese never goes out of style, I guess, right?
oh my
That's
god.
great.
Ruby's over there laughing when I said cheese sandwich.
Oh shoot. That was a setup.
Got him.
For hot dogs. We got to vote for a hot dog. Here you go. Hot dog and a handshake, baby. There you
The
go.
house is low tonight, kid.
Handshake. Oh my goodness. Shoot. Man. And like I said, we've been kind of shooting the breeze here for a good while here. It's been really awesome here tonight. So
It's really been fun.
yeah, we got a little bit more to go here. But I know we've had, I guess, did I just say Danny's manager, or is it just the Iced Out Outlaws manager, or was Lindsay here? And I mean, I feel kind of bad because I really had nothing really geared to that, but I kind of want to know about, her take and her being in the business as a manager so far, Lindsay. So, I mean, you got your, you got kind of the feels last night getting inside the ring, helping these guys out and getting the win. So, are you trying to transition to something outside of being in the managerial role, or are you pretty comfortable where you're at now?
Yeah, I'm trying to transition into something else
Ooh,
outside
the
of
jump is gonna happen.
getting there. Yeah.
Uh-oh. She's got to come out and start. She's going to start rolling heads. If Danny's training there, I don't want nothing to do with her, man. She's going to get she's going to get vicious. I want nothing to do with it. So, Danny. So since you returned back to the ring, I guess it's been roughly about a year. Forgive me, I do not have the exact date, but is there any new, interesting or funny stories you can share that involves the wrestler that you worked with, or even with a fan?
New or interesting?
Yeah, something within the year since your return, because I know you've got quite a few under your belt already.
Yeah, those stories have been told over and over and over. Well, I do have an interesting situation that Lindsay and I have been dealing with. We love our fans, right? We love our fans to death, and we want to see them happy and see them smile. But have you ever had one fan that just loves you so much that you had to, whether you wanted to or not, you had to block them from being able to message you on Facebook?
Oh
No.
no, I haven't gotten that nasty yet. So.
I'm talking
I knew
like,
that was the one that was coming.
I got 75 messages a day, and if you don't answer because you're working, it's sorry.
It's not just the messages; it's the messenger calls too.
Constantly trying to call you, And I'm
Wow.
like, I don't talk to fans on Messenger. I don't, if you want to ask me about a show or something or interact, that's cool, but don't call me. That's not cool. That's a little freaky.
That's too personal.
A little strange.
Yeah, but we recently had an experience like that. So we just want to let all the younger guys a little smart with the messenger.
Oh wait,
That's a fact.
I think they're calling again.
Oh no!
That was a shitty move.
That was dirty.
Shoot, man, I have not had really much of a stalker, thank God. I mean, I think when I was younger, I had fans that interacted with, or they've like. I think I've even. There was even a time I even had like business cards. We didn't even have like Facebook or Messenger when I started wrestling. I had business cards. I had like a pager number, and I was like, "Yeah, just page me, whatever." And if I get to it, I get to it.
Right.
Well, I married mine back in May, so.
Your pager or your stalker?
My stalker.
That too. She pages him too.
must right button.
Still using it.
Oh,
No, I need a new battery.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not.
Wait a minute. She needs new batteries, or you needs new batteries?
Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
Wow, doing it.
You lost me there, brother.
My pager needs new batteries.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. How important are batteries in a relationship?
I'm getting a look from the stalker now. Like, you got a pager? What? Huh?
Oh my gosh. I think I missed some of these guys. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Time out.
Nasty Juan wants to fight me. Like, what? No.
I have no idea what that is, but oh shoot.
Zmiz is very happy behind the booth. I like to run my mouth.
Now, if you don't mind, I got a story I gotta tell because I mean you're gonna laugh.
Oh yeah, go right ahead, man.
So I run into a guy that we haven't seen each other in like 12 years last night. Little Hollywood.
Oh, I love Hollywood.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my world.
Ripped. I mean, so he's a little person, very little person, and we did a show about 12, 13 years ago in Arkansas for Sid, and Sid walks up to Hollywood. We're back in the locker room having a good old time, cutting up. Sid comes in and says, "Hollywood." He says, "Hollywood." Said, "Yeah." He's like, "We need to talk." He's like, "All right." So Hollywood goes over there and talks to him. And he's like, "I don't have all your money right now." He said, "I'll have it for you by the end of the night." Let me tell you, I ain't never seen a fear in Sid like I did that night. Hollywood looks dead at him and says, "Come here." He's like, "What? I'm right here." He says, "No, come down here." Look me in the face. Hollywood looked him dead in the eye and said, "If you do not have my money by the end of the night, I'm going to run up your leg and drop kick you in the forehead."
Wow.
Dude, that is one story I will never forget. That is one of my favorite locker room moments.
Wow. The funny part is I got a very vivid imagination. I can see that, almost like cartoon like, just you go right up tiptoe and then kicking him right in the head. That is too funny. Oh my goodness, man.
I'm gonna run up your leg and
drop kick you in the
forehead. And that's why I love Hollywood.
Oh man.
You never know what he's going to say.
Or do.
Shoot. So
that's the best kind of people.
Right?
Yeah. So what is next for you? Oh, and we went through this whole entire show without. I may have lightly mentioned this, and I may have not. But Danny Ice here also in another promotion in Tennessee in Southern Pro Wrestling is their junior heavyweight champion now currently. So now we're talking with Danny Two Belts here tonight.
Yes.
Ooh.
Last night. So
That's Danny Two Tone.
Danny Two Tone.
Dig it.
You got a number with that? I'm just saying.
It's not 8675309.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's funny.
So what is first off, Danny, what is next for you in Southern Pro Wrestling? And then of course I want to know what's next for you guys as the Iced Out Outlaws. Are you taking the
Iced
show?
Age. Are you
Iced
calling
Age?
us old?
Iced Out Outlaws. I'm an idiot. Yeah. Hey, at least I start going, ladies. No, never mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, so yeah. So what's next for you? And
I'm not
Brown
going
State?
around hollering "scissor me," okay?
Whoa. I like them guys.
Billy's got those.
And Daddy Ass is
I
over
figure.
better than ever. Oh, look at you.
I figure.
Well,
That's funny.
for Southern Pro Wrestling, of course, I return there this coming Friday night. Doors open around 6:30 p.m. bell time, between 7:30 and 8. It just varies in between there, but usually around 7:30. 1001 Washington, Brownsville, Tennessee. It's looking like from the last time I was there, I kind of got backstabbed by an old friend of mine, a hell of a talent who had taken some time off and had recently come back, and apparently he's wanting a shot at my junior heavyweight championship. So it's looking like Chris Styles has a bullseye on my back and is looking for me. But hey, Chris, if you're listening tonight, take the bullseye and put it in the middle of my chest, man. Do it face to face, brother. We can get it on, title on the line anytime.
There you have it.
And for the Iced Out Outlaws, what's next for them? And do you have your sights set elsewhere besides Swag?
Well, AJ and I are currently accepting bookings. They can contact AJ, myself, or Lindsay, and we can make it happen if the stars align. We are looking to take over the Mid-South and any other area where anyone wants to bring us to as a tag team. We're, in my opinion, we're on top of our game, and we're ready. We're ready for whatever the future holds.
I mean, right now, like Danny said, right now we're at the top of Swag and we're staying there for a long time. We don't plan on dropping these, losing them to anybody anytime soon.
Well, if you remember when I took my time off at the end of 2014, I left as tag team champion.
Yeah, so he technically never lost them.
At the time, I was my tag team was the longest reigning Swag tag team champions. So last night, and you mentioned it's been about a year, Ruby. Yeah, it had been about a year. My first show back, actually, just to talk with Brimstone about a comeback, was actually Devil's Night last year.
Oh,
Wow.
And last night was what? Swag Devil's Night, 1 year later. 1 year from the night that I first stepped foot back in the Swag building.
wow. Okay.
I win back my tag team championships with a new partner who I know has my back without a doubt. The championship that I never lost.
Right.
Right.
And we'll welcome all comers. We don't care where they're from. I mean, we'll come to you. You come to us. Make the call, message, something. We don't care. We never back down from a fight. We don't care how big, how small. We'll fight them all.
Bring them on.
Our motto is ass whippings all day with free deliveries.
Ass whipping, free delivery.
That's a good slogan.
That's a great slogan.
And if you want good wrestling, guys, just remember, good wrestling ain't free.
No, good wrestling's not cheap.
It's not.
How much for great wrestling though? Because maybe I didn't ask, for the right price, because
get me out. If you can get me out there for a hotel and 2 double doubles with everything, I'm good.
You mean like 2 double cheeseburgers with everything? Is
no, in and out double doubles with everything.
Is you want some large cheese fries with that too?
He wants a cheese sandwich.
Yeah, I want a grilled cheese afterwards. Yeah.
Cheese everything, baby. Cheese everything. Oh my god.
Put a big old chunk of Velveeta between 2 slices of bread on.
That's fucking disgusting.
He's like, oh god, it's so damn gross.
It's just terrible.
It is.
I like a good grilled cheese, but I mean,
Have some bread.
Velveeta.
Why don't you?
No.
Oh my god.
Velveeta in the cabinet a year later looks like the same brick. I'm good.
Yeah. So guys, where can they follow you on social media, or how can they reach out to you? And that is just to, not to stalk or like messenger call or drive anybody freaking nuts. But AJ, do you have any place where you have any social media where people can follow you?
I'm always on TikTok. But they can get me on Facebook. But I don't use my name. It's actually Tim Britt Freeman on Facebook.
That's your agent.
Do what?
Was that? Yeah, that's your agent.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I mean that's all I got, is TikTok and Facebook. They can get a hold of me. They can message Swag Wrestling. Get a hold of them, and get a hold of us. They can get a hold of Danny and Lindsay, to get a hold of me.
Yeah. And Danny, Lindsay?
Danny Ice on Facebook, the real Danny Ice on Instagram. You can actually find me pretty much on any social media as Danny Ice.
Sweet. And Lindsay's also got a page too, right?
Yes, on Facebook, and I don't do all the Instagram and TikTok, and so yeah, just Facebook for right now anyway.
Oh, TikTok would be a blast.
Yeah. Hey, we're on Facebook and YouTube, and we also do Twitter at SCE Podcast.
Ruby actually Twittered you guys for the show. Ruby, really? Ruby's old butt Twittered for you guys.
Nice.
Hey, but you know what? Just like when I've talked to him earlier this week, he's like, you know what? The old man still got it.
with a bottle of Viagra. That's right.
Oh shoot. Well, hey. Well, shoot. If you want to hang out for the studio here or in the green room here for a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this sucker up. But hey, also we've been here at the podcast. We've been toying around with some merchandise ideas. And, yes, and we're probably gonna have maybe a few little samples here for you. But I would like to kind of see what your take would be on it. And I don't think we have a question for We Talk Wrestling this upcoming week.
No, not this week. Nothing really stood out.
Nothing really stood out. Not really.
No,
but
what?
Oh yeah. By the way, Logan Paul KO's Jey Uso.
Who the hell cares?
No one cares.
I'm still pumped to see Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I'm totally for it. I want to see Roman Reigns stomp the crap out. Like, I'm not. I can't. It's not that I don't like Roman Reigns. I just don't. I can't get behind him for some reason. I enjoy what he's doing, but I want to see him smash Logan Paul so bad. It's not funny. So I'm down. Let's see it.
It's going to happen. It's just basically it's the whole publicity thing, but
Right.
it is what it is. You gotta take it as with. So, all right, man. But hey, if we have any updates for you on the question of the week or anything else, maybe we'll put up a poll question in the middle of the week. Probably we talk wrestling as well. But hey, but that's gonna do it for us here this week. This has been episode number 75 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, featuring the Iced Out Outlaws, AJ Ravin and Danny Ice, with Lindsay Wild as their manager. We thank you all for tuning in here tonight, and make sure you're tuning in next week. We'll let you know who our guest is toward the end of this upcoming week. But thank you all for tuning in tonight, and we will see you next week. Peace out. Have a great week.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks again for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Don't forget our friends at the following: Outside the Ring STL, the Searcher and Hide podcast, and We Talk Wrestling. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast is an LTX Enterprises production.